Hey guys, this is Kaiser GX. Today we're doing a speculation video on the Retro Fighters Turbo Controller for the Nintendo Switch. Seems to be coming out May 26th, the same release date as Ultra Street Fighter 2 Turbo, the final challengers. So I think it's going to be released at this time for that reason. It's the only fighter we have at the moment. And it's going to be $30. I don't think it's going to have the HD Rumble, the Amiibo Reader, and stuff like that, because that's the reason why the Pro Controller for the Switch costs as much, is because all those features and the gyro sensing and everything. And I know there's people that are upset that the controller is so expensive. People just want a regular functioning controller that doesn't have all those bells and whistles. Well, there's the Retro Fighters Turbo Controller. It seems to be modeled after the Xbox Elite controller, which is really comfortable if you've never held it in your hands. What I really love is those analog nubs on there, which seems to be the same ones used on this one. They're just really comfortable. The grips also have a textured grip on them that seems really nice, and just the slickness and shape of it looks like it's emulating the Xbox Elite controller down to the nubs and the grips. So if that's the case, it's going to be really comfortable. Again, this does have a turbo function like the other controller, so you'll be able to cheat your way through games. And let's not forget that this is also going to be I'm not sure if it's wireless. I'm going to assume it's wireless, and I'm going to assume it's Bluetooth, because that's how the Switch connects to their wireless controller, because it doesn't seem to wire here, especially with the support here. It's telling me that it's going to be either be used for charging or connect to the system. But if it's to connect to the system, I don't think you'd be able to detach it. So I'm guessing it's going to have a wireless. Another good thing to use this controller is that you'll be able to use this on PC, because the Switch Pro controller can be mapped on Steam on PC. I've also used it with the RetroPie, so you'll be able to use it with the RetroPie. If this controller is as good as I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be a must-have to get with the RetroPie, because of the turbo function, just everything else that's on with it. So if you're looking for a controller with any of that stuff and you want this at a lower price, this would be a good thing to have. The one thing that I'm wondering though is that if the buttons are the exact same size as the Switch controller, because if you haven't seen or held a Switch controller, which is again really comfortable to use, is that it has these oversized buttons that are unique to that controller. I think that's one of the things that makes it really comfortable, is those oversized buttons. They just feel satisfying to click, and they kind of like just shape to your thumb. And again, this is also matte finish. It's on glossy. I know some people prefer glossy because it gives it a more premium look. Premium, more like premium. Yeah, it gives it more of a premium look. But the problem I see with glossy is that, you know, you can see the fingerprints a lot easier. It scratches a lot easier. And it doesn't look so premium after maybe the first 10 minutes after you take them out, because you have all these scratches and blueprints showing up. Not blueprints, I mean fingerprints. Yeah, I still think matte is more comfortable when your fingers sweat. This thing's not going to be slipping off your hands. Texture for matte I think is a better grip for it. But overall, if this controller plays and feels like an Xbox Elite and has all the functions of the Switch controller minus the, you know, the HD Rumble and all that, for $30, I think it's going to be a really good deal. It's going to be a really attractive deal for people who are wanting a traditional controller and not wanting to pay $70 or $80. I think for that alone, it's going to do really good, especially when Street Fighter comes out, because people are going to be looking for a traditional D-pad. At least some people are going to be looking for a traditional D-pad. I know some people stay away from that and would rather get an arcade stick, but there's not one out yet, but there's going to be one out soon by Hori. But yeah, most people are going to want to use the analog sticks. And the Joy-Con controller doesn't really have a D-pad. It's kind of like just another set of buttons. but I think for those people who don't already own a Pro Controller or are gonna look for something cheaper, especially with that turbo function, I think it's gonna be really good, both for Switch and for emulation or stuff like that. Anything you have around, or just using it on PC, your RetroPie, whatever. So yeah, let's hope this controller is good, and I'll be getting one when it's released. Hopefully I can give you guys some updated opinions on it and tell you how it feels and how it works. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this. Let me know in the comments if this is something you are looking forward to, if you have a Switch, or even if you don't have a Switch, you have a PC. If you want to use this as your PC controller or RetroPie controller, or if you think the design of this looks really good. I think it looks really comfortable just looking at this. So yeah, give me some feedback, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.